Hey, what's good, comic fans? This is Campfire Comics, and we've got a special announcement. We are doing a subscriber appreciation care package. And so, Nate, why don't you take it away and let them know the details on this care package that we're giving away?
That's right. If you want to be involved in this, guys, all you have to do is be a subscriber. Either a new subscriber or old subscriber, it doesn't matter. Also, you need to leave us a comment on one of our videos for this month, and we're going to be giving you some really cool stuff. I've reached into my comic vault, and I am bringing out a nice little Uncanny X-Men signed by Jim Lee. This is Uncanny X-Men 248 signed by Jim Lee. We also got some other goodies. Nice. Richie, what are you going to have for them?
I got a few things here. This month, I think we're going to do this at least this month and next month and kind of see how it goes. And again, did you say for the whole month of November?
That's right, for the whole month of November.
For the whole month of November, we're the old subscriber, new subscriber. Leave a comment on one of these videos. And this is more of a Star Wars themed care package for the most part. I mean, you got the X-Men. We got a cool Star Wars insulated cup. All right, that's one. We've got a Master Yoda koozie. What those things are? Bear hugger? I don't know what you would call it. We got a R2-D2 keychain. Let's see. What else we got here? A Star Wars calendar, right? You see some of the cool images I get up on that. All right. Got that going. Uh-oh. Posters, little nail spot here. Let's join the dark side. Again, mainly Star Wars themed. We got, this is a cool little bag here, right? Nothing fancy. We're not doing nothing fancy. We ain't big time people. We regular folks. All right. We ain't rich. But we do appreciate the comments and stuff that we get on our videos and the subs that we do have. And we try to throw a little appreciation. And also Rick Grimes, Funko, right? That's tight. I almost wanted to keep this for myself, but I'm not. I'm going to give it back to you guys. But anyway, that's what we got. Again, comment on one of our videos, and you have to be a subscriber, and you will be entered into a drawing at the end of this month. We'll draw from random, and we'll pick one, and then we'll get in contact with that person, and we'll ship the stuff to you. Have a good day. We out. Hey, what's good, comic fans? This is Campfire Comics, and we're here to talk about SuperGirl, Season 1, Episode 3. I'm Campfire Rich.
And I'm Campfire Nate, and I have just developed a new drinking game. It's called Watch Supergirl and drink every time they say Superman, and you'll be drunk before the first 30 minutes. Richie, what did you think of this episode?
This episode was a little bit better. It had a little bit better pacing. Got some pretty good action, you know, several fight scenes and stuff in it. A little bit more character development, but not in this really super long, drawn-out way. I enjoyed it a little bit. I'm still not crazy, people. I'm not going to be crazy about this show as of right now, but at least this one was better, and I could watch it and got some stuff out of it. Look, so we open up with the interview, and she lets it slip that, you know, Superman's her cousin, and now that means that these villains of Superman who want to hurt Superman can come at her now. So it's kind of where we're at. So with that being said, in comes Reactron. Is that his name? Yeah, Reactron. Nate, do you know anything about Reactron? Like, is he someone like that's a super huge villain, maybe? Or
if he is, I sure don't remember him.
Okay.
I mean, he probably could have been a character, but I mean, this story, I don't know. That's the truth. I don't know if they made this up or not. I thought it was kind of interesting that, you know, Superman did accidentally create this guy, you know, so he's feeling like, well, my wife died, now I'm gonna go after your cousin. Basically, you know, she's got a target on her back because of what she said. And I mean, if anything, you know, I think it's going to be interesting to see who and all shows up between now and then. But I agree with you. This episode, it took the first two episodes were kind of like, This episode definitely made strides in the right direction.
It really did.
You know, it definitely pushed forward. I felt like the dialogue was a little better. It still had cheesy moments at time. I feel like the action just kind of was more consistent. So, if anything, hopefully this is just kept getting its stride going, and hopefully we won't even be talking about the problems here within about 10 episodes. We'll just be talking about how
the fight scenes were actually pretty good. The first little battle they had, it was a nice little squabble. She actually beat him technically. Like, she had him beat the first time she saw him, and then I'm not really sure why she let him fly off, because it's not like she needed to tend to anything. Like, it was just a chick trapped in a bus. I mean, the firefighters could have got her out, to be honest, but she come in, she took her out, it was a big deal, and then this dude steps in, so it's not like she had to stick around, but she had him weak, right? Like, she knocked his little power suit out. Man, she should have flown after him and finished him like Mortal Kombat style, but she didn't. She let him go. So then moves over to her team, right? And they kind of explain who he is. Like you had already said, he's a human with tech. That was the one thing that it's hard for me to get around, the idea of some of these bad guys that can tango with Superman or even Supergirl. This dude's a human. He's just using tech. And it's hard to think, it's like, yo, that tech is like, when he punches her, like it actually like punches her, like knocks her back. Which I found, I guess it gets some super strength. It's hard to get my mind around, but once you just accept the fact that for whatever reason this guy can battle with her, you have some good fight scenes.
Yeah, I mean, it was like he had that like little reactor thing. He basically was harnessing nuclear power, and he was using it to his advantage. So, I mean, basically all of his strength and all of the things he was doing was coming from that. I mean, it wasn't like it made him any stronger. You take the dude's suit away, he's still just a guy. He was a scientist. So it's still within the realm. I mean, even though it's on the fringe realm, but the realm of possibilities that this guy was able to.
So it was like he was throwing like a nuclear punch, basically.
Basically, yeah, like he was harnessing the power of the thing, and he was being able to punch them and shoot out, the nuclear energy and stuff like that. You got to remember, if this character, like I said, this character was from the comics, it was probably an older character. And a lot of those older characters from the comics did make a lot of sense. Their names were cheesy. I mean, Reactron. I mean, seriously.
Right.
I mean, some of the names were bad, and the abilities were kind of like, they didn't think them out. They weren't like, we need to explain this. We were like, this is for kids. We don't care.
Right.
Now the kids are growing up are like, I don't understand this. So, you just kind of have to give it some leeway in some of those regards.
Well, because he was a human, right? Like the DOD or whatever their little squad is, are not going to go after him, right? There's just, and that confused me so bad. I was like, yo, y'all send this chick to go rescue people out of trees and cars and ambulances and stuff like that. But then here's a dude who's a legit threat. Like, the cops obviously can't handle nuclear dude, and they're not going to help him. But they did that on purpose. As you see this episode unfold, it makes sense, and I'm kind of glad that they did it, which we'll get into more at the end. But it leaves Supergirl to go at it alone, to go fight this dude, because they're not going to help her, right?
Which puts him in a situation for Jimmy to basically call Superman to come in and help.
Yeah, well,
and
so what happens is she takes this Mr. Lord, Maxwell Lord. Nate, tell me about Maxwell Lord, because I'm not a comic book reader.
Well,
to me, he doesn't mean anything. I know he's probably somebody significant, but outside of this episode, I don't know who he is.
Maxwell Lord is, he's a supervillain. He's a bad guy. I mean, he has, they haven't shown it in this, so I'm not sure how they're going to go with that. But he has a really strong, like, abilities to almost, like, possess a person and make them do something, with his mind, like a high version of telepathy where he can basically control someone and make them do what he wants. They haven't really shown any of that yet. Maybe that's the reason why he's so rich now, is because he's done that up to that point. But he's a businessman, and he uses that to move his way up. And he's kind of like Lex Luthor, just a different version. He's a bad guy. I kind of get that feeling like that's probably what they're going to do with him. In the comics, he ran in a lot. He had a lot of run-ins with Superman, and with Supergirl, and with some other characters. So, he's kind of going to be the. I'm not sure if he's going to be the bad guy that they're going to have to deal with throughout the season, or if he's just going to have, moments where he's going to poke in and it's going to lead more into next season or beyond.
Okay, I would probably come in, because they just kind of introduced him, and he'll probably, if they do it right, they'll flesh him out gradually, and then he'll be a big deal maybe next season or something like that. But I thought it was funny when he come in to grab like a nuclear physicist or whatever. He grabs the dude who was about to build something. I thought for sure the dude was like, no, don't take him. Take this guy. You know, the guy he just fired. I was so waiting for that. I was just like, oh, he about to put his own dude on the chopping block. I was waiting for it, but it didn't happen. I don't know. I thought it would have been funny. Anyway.
I think that's probably, and that makes me think, reason why he doesn't mind putting himself into bad situations, because he knows how to, he has that ability to manipulate.
Yeah, that's probably a good point.
I mean, he is a, you know, now we're talking about the Flash and stuff, but he's a metahuman. I mean, that's what his, you know, you look him up, that's his class. He's a metahuman that has that ability.
Okay.
So I don't know if they're going to explore that more later. Like you said, they might drag this out for a while, but at least we know is that the dude's not a good guy. We know that right now.
Well, he gets taken, hooks up the dude's suit. Supergirl goes to fight him, and this is when you was talking about where Superman has to come save her. She gets handled, basically, and she's about to die. Superman saves her. She's all butthurt about it, right? She wants her own identity. The whole point of this episode was she wants to get out of the moniker of Superman, like I'm not as good as him, and she wants to be her own person, and she can do it on her own. And she just kind of fed right into her boss's mindset, meaning her boss was right, or it's going to seem like it. Oh, I called my cousin for help because I couldn't handle it.
Well, and it kind of makes her mad because I mean she was sent to protect him,
right? That's
what the plan was, but because it took her so long to crash down, like, you know, he was older than her at that point.
Yep.
You know, so now it's like, I was the older cousin, now I'm the younger cousin. I'm supposed to protect him, he's protecting me. So I'm hoping that this is not a continual theme, because it's kind of getting annoying. At this point, I'm just kind of like, hey, let's just bring Superman in. You know, let's just bring him in. Let him have his own little episode arcs. I like how they kind of made it so that they could talk to each other through their little instant message. And I like that he said, you know, I won't come and help you again. You know, like, I understand it. I'm here. I'm your family. If that's all the communication they have, that still would be okay, because at least that doesn't require everyone to be like, Superman, 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 and her to be like, I don't want to talk about Superman. Let them communicate a little bit, have a little back and forth every once in a while when she needs a little encouragement. And that'd be a lot easier to do.
I thought it was really neat with the instant messaging. I think that was their way of, for her to separate herself. You know what, like, Superman's like, you know what, she can handle it on her own. She's a big girl. She's doing well. There's some more support. And I think this is the show's way of maybe dialing it back on Superman just a little bit, because it was just over the top Superman throughout this whole episode. And I'm hoping this is the way to separate it. You know, she ends up going back to defeat him with the help of her team. And that's where it gets back to earlier. They were setting that up for that. And this is, I think, her identity, right? Like, Superman goes at it alone. She finds comfort and help. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was able to defeat him because she had help from her sister and her team, and they got their little secret room and stuff like that. So she's coordinating with people. So that's her own style, is not go at it alone. She needs her help. Hopefully she embraces that, and they realize that, and that's going to be how she defeats a lot of these supervillains, is with her team behind her. And I think with that instant messages is a way for us as the audience and for her to show, hey, I'm separating here. Thanks for the help. We got this under control now. But it was cool, man. I thought this message was real cool. We got the love interest of Jimmy kind of ramping up. He calls Superman. She gets upset. She saves him. They're about to hook up. And in, you know, cookie cutter form, in walks the X at the most inopportune time. And we're going to be dealing with that for the next couple of episodes. But that's developing a little bit faster now. They played a lot in that at the end of this episode. What do you think about the what's his name? Hank? What's the leader's name? The black dude with the red eyeballs.
Hank Henshaw.
Hank Henshaw.
Yeah, there's a story there as far as who he is. Now, the thing that I'm not sure about is how they're going to play this out. He's a villain, a super villain that Superman has to deal with.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm not sure what they're going to do there, because there is a very strong possibility that they might not do that. They might play him as a good guy, and that might become an issue later. I'm not sure, but the fact that they've shown him twice now with the red eyes and his ability to kind of know what's going on, maybe a little telepathy there. He knows something's going on with her sister when she's in there, but at the same time, he's helping her. So I'm not sure what to expect with that. I mean, we could be getting a Dr. Wells recap from The Flash. He helps you, and then he's a bad guy, So I don't know. We don't know what's going on with this, but it'll be interesting to see.
Yep, that was pretty cool. I mean, again, at the end of it, each of these past 2 episodes, you have his eyes light up, and you get just a little bit more of what he's about and stuff. So we'll wait for that to develop. But that's our show for today. A lot better pacing. Still had my problems with it, but again, we said we wasn't gonna harp on it and just take the show for what it is. And they did a good job. Did a good job this episode. I liked it. A lot of cool fights. Nothing too crazy. Let us know what you think, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Get back to us. Don't forget about our giveaway that we're doing right now. You can follow me on Twitter at Campfire Rich. You can follow Nate at Campfire Nate. Man, sub to the channel. You know you like our stuff, so what you waiting for? Until next time, we out.
See ya.